back home on U.S. soil, reunited with her wife after being detained for 10 months in Russia. U.S. officials said she was in very good spirits and appeared to be in good health when she landed at an Air Force base in Texas early this morning before a routine medical evaluation. Late last night, President Biden released video of the moment when BRITTNEY Griner's wife, CHERELLE, found out that BRITTNEY was heading home.
She's on the ground.
Stop it.
Yep, she's on the ground.
Great day. This is such a good day. Oh my God.
Democratic Congressman Greg Stanton, a friend of BRITTNEY Griner's from his time as the mayor of Phoenix, had advocated for her release in Congress and with President Biden. He said this on Twitter: negotiating BRITTNEY Griner's release required a steady hand and competent diplomacy, both of which POTUS and his team exemplified. We never lost faith. We never gave up. And now BG is on her way home. Joining us now is the Democratic Congressman. Look at the smile on his face. It says everything you need to know. Greg Stanton of Arizona. He was reelected to represent Arizona's 4th congressional district. Congressman Stanton, it is a great day, right? These are things that happen. These people get detained and taken hostage around the world, and sometimes the end is not good or very long. And when it happens, even though there are so many others who are still held and so much more work to do, we cannot but celebrate and be happy that one of our fellow citizens is back on American soil.
What a beautiful day. A beautiful day yesterday for, of course, first and foremost, BRITTNEY Griner, her wife CHERELLE, but for all of America. A wrongfully detained American was able to be brought home to freedom, and that is a great day for all of America. It represents an important American value. We're not going to forget you. We are going to fight to bring you home, and I'm proud of the work that we were able to do to bring BRITTNEY Griner home. And CHERELLE Griner is a hero. We should all have a spouse that would show the grace and courage and strength and advocacy for BRITTNEY that CHERELLE did. And we also owe a debt of gratitude to the family of Paul Whelan, as you just talked about in the previous segment. What a grace note. What an amazing grace note to be disappointed that your loved one was not able to get out of the Russian prison system, but still be able to say, bringing home another American is the right thing to do. That is beauty in action, and we owe that family a huge debt of gratitude.
Yeah, we want every single one of these people brought home. Use the term wrongfully detained, which is now the word we use, right? It's a thing we used to think of as hostages. Most people who were taken somewhere were held as hostages. They might have been held by bandits or terrorist groups. More people detained today, more Americans detained today are wrongfully detained. They're charged with something that may or may not have been relevant on trumped-up charges, held or claimed to be something else. We want them all back. There was actually a competitive television station last night was putting banners up that read "Biden chose Griner over former Marine Whelan," and another one that says "Marine left behind." I think the Whelan family did show remarkable grace. What a hard thing to do. Your loved one didn't come back. Someone else's loved one did. But a sense that we should all be in this together.
We passed an important resolution, a bipartisan resolution in Congress, demanding the return of BRITTNEY Griner and saying we were going to support the president. We knew there was going to be an incredibly difficult decision that had to be made. We knew that there was going to be critics, but we wanted to show the president that Congress, on behalf of the American people, had his back to make the tough choices necessary. And oh, by the way, we've got to do everything we can now to bring Paul Whelan home and other wrongfully detained Americans. There's dozens of them around the globe. We have a special office called the Special Presidential Envoy for Hostage Affairs, whose job it is to work to do everything we can to bring home Americans who are wrongfully detained around the globe. And it shows that diplomacy can work, even in the worst of times when the tensions between Russia and the United States could not be higher because of the illegal and immoral invasion of Ukraine by Russia. But even under those incredibly difficult circumstances, diplomacy can still work, and it really is a wonderful thing.
You know BRITTNEY Griner. You saw the images of her when she was released. You saw the images of her on the plane. And we saw the images of her when she was detained. And she did not look. She looked like we would all look if we were detained. She looked frightened. She looked, not good. And now these pictures, you see her coming back. What does it look like to you? Have you talked to her? And have you talked to her family?
No, so first off, she's going through the medical treatment and obviously the mental health treatment. The trauma that she has gone through, we can't even imagine what she has gone through in a penal colony hundreds of miles from Moscow. But look, Brittney Griner, I was mayor when she was drafted by the Phoenix Mercury. I'm a big basketball fan. I'm a big WNBA fan. My family are season ticket holders, so we got to know her over the years. I've got the chance to march with her in gay pride parades, and my wife and she worked on anti-bullying campaigns, and I got to see her develop not just to one of the best basketball players on planet Earth, but a great leader, a social justice leader in the Phoenix community. And that's what we really miss about her. We need her leadership. And we are just so ecstatic. This country is, but the Phoenix community in particular is just ecstatic that Brittney is back on American soil, and she'll be back in Phoenix soon enough. And people ask about when's she going to be back on a basketball court. Who cares? What we care about is her. And it's going to, whatever it takes, as long as it takes, who cares? We're just ecstatic that she is back among us in the United States of America. That's a great day for this country.
Well, the media in your hometown and your home state should have one big story today and tomorrow. It's actually going to have a second one tomorrow, and that is that your gubernatorial candidate, Carrie Lake, has filed a lawsuit to declare, declare herself governor or whatever the case is. Can't say I'm surprised. I'm actually just surprised that it happened tonight. You got some weird stuff that continues to go on in Arizona politics.
Yeah, we got to get past this. Look, Arizona, unfortunately, has been the epicenter of election denial, and there have been so many wrong lawsuits that have been filed. The last lawsuit that group filed, they ended up with sanctions, Rule 11 sanctions, which means you basically filed a lawsuit without any merit. I'm surprised there was any lawyer that would even take up the case of these circumstances. And we've got to get back to supporting and protecting our precious democracy and getting back to the great tradition that whether you win or lose an election, you win gracefully, and if you lose, you walk away gracefully and you congratulate the winner. That is one of the great American political traditions. We have to get back to that for the sake of this incredible democracy that we're blessed to have in our country.
Greg Stanton, congratulations to you. Congratulations to the people of Phoenix and the people of America on Brittney Griner's return. It is a good day for all of us, but there's, as you pointed out, a lot more work for us to do in getting a whole lot of other Americans released from wrongful detention. All right, Greg Stanton is a congressman from Arizona and the former mayor of Phoenix. Coming up next, Republican